Hey everybody, Riot Mort here, back with the final video, I think, of the pre-recorded stuff. And yeah, it's Inkborn Fables. It's gonna be great. Let's see what kind of wild encounters we come up to this time. Hopefully nothing too crazy. One of the new ones, Wandering Vendors here. Unfortunately, we ended up with the gold start. Not that it's a bad thing, just would have liked to test Wandering Vendors. But we get gold start here. So gold start just gives you 7 gold straight up, which with compound interest means it gets a lot more people hitting their endgame boards in this portal. So you'd be surprised, but 7 gold makes a pretty big difference, especially if you end up with one of the starts where you get even more gold. So we'll have to see. But like here, for example, we can definitely sell one of these and probably hit 10 already. We do also have Darius and Tristana, so that's a possible duelist angle here. I'm also a big fan when you hit Tristana, that could be a fortune angle. There's also a faded comp in here, but nope, we're gonna sell that. We're gonna fixate on the possible fortune, the duelists, and should be good to go. Darius, kind of one of the weaker champions, although did just get a buff, so might be a bit stronger. But duelists are a kind of comp that's always really good early, and you've seen me play a bunch of different ways. I like my fast pacing. So Duelist actually really good in stage 2 and 3. Does fall off a little bit, but you can always transition into something else here. Shop not really lining up with what we want. We haven't seen any Kabukos. Have 3 pairs though, sheesh. Hanging out on the beach with our squink here, clicking some crabs, it's all good. So, all right, what do we get? Again, it's always funny. What are the augments? What are the encounters? What are the item drops? A belt, a sword. Sword gives us IE, which is really good on Tristana. Tristana, you want to build like IE Deathblade +1. Okay, prismatic. Accomplice, eh. Caretaker's Chosen, Faded Crown, eh. Buried Treasures. Tiny but Deadly would give us a bunch of attack speed. We end up going with a kind of a boring option here, but at least it'll give us a bunch of items. We do find a Yasuo here, so we can go, you know, the duelist option here. Need to find a Kiana pretty quick. Could also just lock in the guard breaker here, but again, Tristana does want a little bit of AD, so it's not ideal. Especially, the thing is, we took Buried Treasures, which means right now we got 1 component out of our Prismatic, which isn't very strong. Meanwhile, somebody else gets Build-A-Bud and gets a 3-star Garen, so, you know, we aren't expecting to win fights here. Up against somebody who got Starter Kit, has a Kayn and a Caitlyn with Ghostly in. Thankfully, they don't have any item slams, so maybe if Tristana got some big slams, but no. No, unfortunately. And again, makes sense. Our Prismatic is not strong yet. As we get more and more components, our Prismatic will get stronger. So, plus we can find that Kiana. Possible play we could have done, by the way, would be buy Yorick, sell the rest level, and get Umbral in, which probably would have been a better play. But we do find a Warmog's here. Warmog's good early game. Can always put that on Yasuo. Can also slam the guard breaker, although if we were going to do that, we should have done it last turn. Checking the AP scalings here. Tristana not having the best AP scalings, so... Alright, we're going to slam the guard breaker here. So at least we'll have a lot of crit. This Tristana will crit a bunch. Up against the 3-star Garen. Woo! Again, we would expect to lose this. Bonk. And to the surprise of nobody, if we can kill the Rek'Sai, we'll be happy. Can we at least kill the Rek'Sai? Of course. Missed the Rek'Sai. Good job, Trist. I will say I haven't been as big a fan of Tristana since we made the targeting change. Where she always jumps on the current target. I think that's made her a bit weaker, but we'll see. And, okay, a sword, not bad. We find an Ari, at least gives us 3 2-stars here, and we get our gold. We're playing pretty greedy with that gold start here, just trying to preserve a little health. Now again, this kind of puts us in a rough position, because when you're playing Duelist, you want to hit 4 Duelist quick, you want to use that power to push ahead. The only thing is, again, our Prismatic right now does have us down quite a few components. We're just now getting our 3rd. So, and somebody else in the lobby is playing Duelist, so that's not ideal. Now the good news is nothing in their comp is 2-starred, but they did level to 5, so it's going to be close. If we lose by 1, that's not the worst outcome. Yeah, lose by 1, okay, okay. We can take that. Full loss streak, I'm okay with that. Now, one thing to note is we look at the lobby health, and there is someone that looks to be AFK. It's PBE. You can't blame me, guys. So, we do get first pick. Usually try to find a 3-cost with an item we kind of want. 2-cost cloak. Okay. This makes sense. We're going to slam the even shroud on the Yasuo to get that armor shred. It's going to make all our duelists do more damage. So... basically, as soon as we fight the AFK player, though, our loss streak's going to end. So we got to get ready for that. Edge of Night is not a bad item on Trist, so we could do that. Yeah, slam the Even Shroud. Still haven't found that Kiana, though, for our 4th Duelist. Someone levels to 6 in the lobby. Oh, birthday present. That kind of makes sense. So using that gold start to push ahead. Trash to treasure. Oh, this is the AFK player. Okay, well, lost streak over. Sad. Not much you can do about it. But again, we've got 30 gold. We're in an okay spot, so shouldn't be the worst outcome. If we can get something good for Tristana, or Tristana 2, I think we'll be in a lot better spot. And again, try to find that Kiana for Duelist. So now's the time where, again, let's try to flip the script, try to get our win streak. And now our Prismatic, by the way, has 5 components. So we should be a lot more able to compete now that our Prismatic, we're getting a lot of the power out of it. It's just got that, like, 3-turn delay before it's really good here. Bow, not ideal. Could go Giant Slayer on Trist if we wanted. Could also go Titans on Yasuo if we wanted. Titans on Yasuo as an item holder is good because Titans is going to end up good for Lee Sin if we're sticking with Duelist and we want to play around Lee Sin, which I believe this game I did really want to test Lee Sin. So we can actually just slam this if we're going to force it. Probably not the best move now, but up against a Behemoth comp. Now, the scary thing here is the Bard does have Ginsu's and we don't have much ramping, so we've got to chew through this front line fast to have a shot at this. We do have the Even Shroud. We're getting through it. Alright, good. Good, good, good. So at least we're on the win streaky side of things as we head into PvE round. All things considered, other than the fact we didn't find a Kiana, not the worst stage 2. We only lost 15 health to be 50 gold. Can't complain. Now, interestingly enough, we do get BT. I found with Lee Sin, Titans BT, or like Titans IE BT, pretty good. So, again, just using Ari as an item holder for this Lee Sin. That way, at least we're getting some value out of our items. Find another sword. Oh, Prismatic Orb. Okay. Okay, Prismatic Orb gave us an artifact. It's not the worst. Ooh, Gold Collector gives us a bunch more crit. That's going to give Tristana 100% crit now. So we've got the full crit build and the extra AD from Collector and IE. This is a really good Trist build. If we can find the Kiana and Trist 2, I'm pretty happy with this. 2 Arcanist goes in for a little extra AP. A little extra AP will make Yasuo's shields better, Darius better. It's not the best. We need to get this Tristana 2 as quick as we can. We'll see what the next augment is. But also, hopefully, if Tristana can farm us a little bit of extra gold, that's also not the worst outcome. A good thing to play, by the way, here would be Kiana plus Nico. That'll give us Mythic, Arcanist, and the 4 Duelists. Bonk. Trist 1 trying her hardest. Up against a level 6 Windstreaker, though. Honestly. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about right there. That Fizzle with Tristana is the stuff that's going to drive me bonkers. That's the stuff that is going to block Tristana. We gotta... I don't know. That stuff drives me nuts. Not a fan. Just jump on nothing. Thanks, Trist. Alright, we don't need Jeweled Lotus. We don't need Keep. Keepers isn't the worst for Duelist. Don't need Long Distance Pals. The positioning's going to be rough. Gargantuan result. Okay. 2 good choices here. We're going to go with the Duelist Crest. It gives us the Kiana early. Okay. It's something. Alright, there's that Umbral. Umbral really good early. I personally believe 2 Umbral is like a disgusting splash early. So I think if you can play 2 Umbral early, you should be. That extra 200 health shield when the positioning's not too important is really, really nice. So hopefully we can get the win streak here. Something 5 Duelists. If Twitch chat was here, they'd be telling me how bad this is. Should be able to win this, although that Kayn is really scary. Hopefully Tristana gets some good spell casts here. Okay, decent one. And we got our gold. Kayn's been buffed quite a bit, so he can be a pretty... Oh, good jump there, Trist. Again, just really cranking it out there. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know, man. Alright, Soraka gives a choice of support items. What do we got here? Aegis is not bad here. We can put Aegis in a way that gives everything else good. Zerat would have been okay. But I like the Aegis choice here. Yeah, because that way we can give it to Tristana, the backline Ahri. I don't mind this positioning here. We're just kind of fast aiding here if we're going to play around Lee Sin. So we're going to need that. Alright, up against our opponent here who has 2 Duelist emblems. Now in this particular PBE build, 8 Duelist hadn't been added yet, so the 2 emblems actually ends up kind of being a little wasteful. But, you know, if you're going to play 8 Duelists with 2 later, now you can, so definitely give that a try. Okay, item-wise, we're really... I mean, there is a Lee Sin there. We could just get the Lee Sin, and that would cover our problems. Don't take the Lee Sin. Don't do it. It's still there. Pretend like you don't want it. Pretend like... Yeah, we got Lee Sin. Nice. All right, so that's 6 Duelist. We just swap Ahri for Lee Sin, and we're good to go. We've got the items. We're good. Okay, see, now this is why I think a lot of people really want more Duelists being possible. Because now we're in this position where, you know, you could go 8 Duelists, right? I've got the emblem, I've got Volibear, so... Okay. Good Lee Sin items. We've got that Umbral Shield to get us started. Up against the Build-A-Bud Garen, though. Gonna need some big Tristana crits here. The fact that we're still on Tristana 1, though, probably not gonna be enough here. Lee Sin's trying to get ramped up here. Lee Sin can do a lot of work, but not that much against a Ginsu's Sivir. Honestly? Wait. Oh my god, that was a comeback. Whew. Jax gives you a choice between gold, rerolls, or champions. Let's see here. 5 gold, 3 rerolls, or 2 random 2-cost champions. I mean, the 3 rerolls is the highest value at 6 gold. We can level up and then spend those and see if we find our Tristana. That gives us Dragon Lord. That's solid. Tristana, Volibear. One more? Nope. Darn. Oh, okay. There's those dev hacks we like. Volibear for Kiana is also an option here. Because again, we don't need many more duelists, so Volibear 2 just ends up being better, but what are you gonna do? Now that we have Tristana 2 though, and we have the Even Shroud, the only thing is the positioning on the Even Shroud is gonna die a little quick. Yeah, so we lost our Even Shroud here, which is a little unfortunate. But thankfully now that we have 6 duelists in, Lee Sin gets that extra DR. Tristana's getting these big bounces with 100%. Oh, another good bounce from Trist. Oh, Tristana the Yordle troll. It's never going to be good enough for Trist. Alright, well again, we want a fast 8, find Lee Sin 2. Can always consider different Umbral options. Silas here over Yorick probably is the play. If I don't buy this, I'm kind of a fool. Don't be a fool, Mort. Mort, don't be a fool. YouTube comments are gonna make fun of you. He's gonna miss it, isn't he? Oh, alright, YouTube. You have permission. Mock away. Molly, do your best. Alright, so one of the things we have here, by the way, is Ginsu's Deathblade Duelist. If we wanted to find a good backliner that could use those, like honestly, Ashe isn't even the worst option. So, definitely something to consider. Ooh, Kayn 2 with really good items versus our Lee Sin 1. I feel like we lose to this Kayn. The only thing is they don't have a ton of backline, but I feel like this Kayn's gonna rip through Lee Sin. Lee Sin's trying. Nope. Yeah, this is not quite enough. Makes sense. We should lose this fight. Alright, oh, we got lucky. Extended Duel. If we're playing Duelist already, I think this Augment is broken. It actually got nerfed. Enter the Dragon's okay too, but Extended Duel is great. You literally start with 3 stacks, which is basically like starting with 45% attack speed, which is great. And then to top it off, you you can see we've created our backline carry here. Then you get the Omnivamp as well once they reach max stacks. So I think this Augment is insane. All right, we ditch the Umbral. We do lose our Umbral Shield, which is kind of sad. And we do need to find a backline carry here. Throw in Heavenly for a little extra crit. Not a big deal. But again, we need this Janna to become something else. Xayah would be really good with these, actually. If you can turn this into a Xayah, that'll get us Dragon Lord. But right now, Trist and Lee Sin are the actual carries. Alright, Trist did some good work there. Weaker opponent for sure, but Alright, find an early Hui, by the way. Early Hui is really good because it allows you to start making copies of things you need. So, for example, if you want to start making copies of Tristana or Lee Sin, definitely an option here. Okay, we find our Lee Sin 2. That's pretty good. We also find... okay, there's another Lee Sin. 4 Lee Sins. When you have 4 Lee Sins in a Hui, you can start to consider Lee Sin 3. Start making some copies. Hilariously enough, we face our Duelist clone on the other side, but we look much stronger than them. And sure enough, we are much stronger than they are. Lee Sin now cranking. Don't worry, it's AD Janna. AD Janna's the actual carry here, by the way, so everything else is just secondary. And again, with Duelist, once you reach this point, you really want to apply the pressure, so it's kind of why we rolled down instead of going 9. Let's see here. Item-wise, we kind of already have 3 carries. We just really need that Zaya to replace this, but otherwise, tank items are going to be good. Could kind of use some extra frontline, unless we just want to blow everything up super quick. There's a 5-cost armor. Okay, 5-cost armor it is. We'll take those. Alright, sell that, hit 20. Gonna keep rolling here. Try to find this Trist, maybe. We find the Diana. This is big. Yeah, that's going to allow us to take out the Yasuo, move these items over to the Aurelia. Excuse me, Aurelia. And then we can slap this. There we go. Look at that. 6 Duelist, 3 Dragon Lord. Now we have an Aurelia 5-cost. Now we got 3 carries. Feels good. We could level up and put in this Morgana. That would give us Sage, which would give us the Omnivamp, which is pretty good here. Diana's going to die really fast, but Lee Sin kind of like the secondary tank carry. But again, now that we have so much power going on here, Aurelia trying to output some damage here. Yeah, Aurelia top damage, by the way. So Aurelia really scales well with Duelist. She's not going to kind of be as easy to slot in as, say, someone like Udyr. But all right, we're still rolling a little bit here for Trist. So, don't really need Morgana. Not hitting much. We're going to sell the Morgana. Stick with 10 for now. Alright, let's go ahead and make a copy of Trist. Because again, if we go for Trist 3 would be a big upgrade here. Up against the Behemoth player, but they're still playing a Senna 2. I can't imagine we lose this. Our positioning and our items just look really nice here. And sure enough, this fight was not close. Top damage, Lee Sin that time. Cool. Alright, Hui. Give me a Trist. All right. Another Hui? Okay. Makes a copy. Yeah, we just copy Tristana's for now. Go to Tristana 3. Because again, our Tristana 3 items are so good. And now that we have the built-in Omnivamp from our Augment, by the way, that's really good as well. I don't know. Like I said, I think this Augment might be a little strong with Duelist, but if you ever get the chance, consider it. Zoe, Lilia. At least we got a tank item here. Okay, got some gold. Can just do Bramble. There's also Titans on Diana is also an option. Oh, I like this play, actually. Let's Diana cast quicker, gives her that armor and MR. Seems fine. All right, gonna do some rolling here. Again, looking for Tristana. Buying all these 3 costs. Another Lee Sin. Okay, Trist. Keep it coming. Anything? Nope. So we're at 7 Trists. Can start making copies of that. Aurelia 2. Yeah, Aurelia 2 would also be nice, but... Oh, Trist took a bunch of damage there. Lee Sin healing, but everything's fine. Lee Sin heals up, and there we go. Nice. Solid 6 duelist comp using Hui. If we can get Trist 3, that'd be the best. Aurelia 2, Hui 2. All possible options. Ooh, encounter. What do we got here? Encounter. Tom Kinch offers you a component anvil or 10 gold. We do have a floating armor here. So if we take the anvil, that can give us a full item. Let's see what we get here. Something like a sword? Edge of Night? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Just a little secondary damage there. Okay, Aurelia. Good. Oh, Lee Sin. Okay, we are at 6 Lee Sins. 6 Lee Sins. If we get one more Lee Sin, we probably want to start cloning that. Our opponent is an Ash 1, thankfully. Everything else about their board actually looks pretty terrifying. But the Ash 1 shouldn't be too bad. We're getting to the point in the game where there's so much damage that a bad Trist hit can really knock you out. But thankfully not the case. Nice. Top damage Trist this time. So you can see here, even Kiana, by the way, did good damage there with just an Edge of Night. So we're at that point where 6 Duelist can do some good work. Okay. Nothing in this space. Okay, another Lee Sin. This is where, when you see a 7th Lee Sin and you're already on your way with Hui, and we don't really need Hui 2, so we're gonna get our 8th copy here in a second. This is a really good chance if we can find one more Lee Sin. Now, YouTube, this is why I think Artist might actually be a little too strong. It's not that like getting a 4 cost every 4 turns is OP, but specifically letting you avoid having to find that last unit. The 9th one is always the hardest to find, right? Probability is so against you. And the fact that you can just skip that makes it so strong here. So we really want to find the other Lee Sin before Artist procs. If Artist procs, we're gonna have to wait another 4 turns. But if we find it before, we skip that pain while there's 2 in the pool. Because it does, like always, it pulls from the pool unless it can't, just like a duplicator. So, try to find one more Lee Sin. Like, if we can get Lee Sin off Carousel, it's over. Top 4, by the way, on 5-3 here. Okay, Storyweaver emblem. There's no Lee Sin, sadly. So, tank item. That or something for Kiana. We've seen her do some good damage. Probably don't want the 1 cost, i.e. Warmogs. Ooh, red buff. That makes sense. Aurelia red buff is very good, by the way. Aurelia can apply that red buff to pretty much everybody. All right, looking for a Lee Sin. Trying to find one more Lee Sin. Not looking too hot. Nope, darn. Okay, so unfortunately we didn't find it. What that does mean is we're either gonna have to get really lucky in the shop or wait 4 more turns. So after 5-6, it would be 6-1, 6-2, 6-3. Now the good news is we have enough health that unless things go catastrophically bad, we should be able to survive those 4 turns. So as long as we can do that, we'll get our Lee Sin 3 up against the 6 Arcanist board here. Lee Sin taking a big chunk of damage here. That Arcanist Udyr. Trist did some good jumps though. One more. Oh, come on. Hit the targets that matter. Yes. Whew. Aurelia top damage. Nice. Oh, we got lucky. It showed up in the shop before it cloned it. All right. Well, that was just dev hacks right there. So there you go. That's why Artist is strong. We really only made 1 copy with our Artist, but it was the important copy. It was the 9th copy. So we can do that. We can start using Artist to try to hit this Triss 3, but at this point, I mean, we have a Lee Sin 3, so what are you gonna do? I can't imagine we lose any fights from here on out. Really good items for a Lee Sin 3 too. Like nothing, I just, yeah. Woo! Alright. I mean, I guess we should be careful. Does somebody else hit a 3-star 4 cost? That's an option as well. So we do have to be careful of that. But as long as nothing else goes wrong. And again, at this point, leveling up doesn't really get us anything other than another Dragon Lord, which, I mean, isn't the worst for Lee Sin. It is that Dragon Lord stun, so it's not bad. Would Triss 3 be better? Maybe. Although, I don't know if everyone's going to last till Triss 3 unless we find the natural copies, so... 2 Tom Kenches and a Volibear. Alright, what are we going to do? Are we going to roll or are we going to level? Warmogs? Yeah, Warmogs on the Diana. I like that play. Alright, we're going to roll. We're rolling for Trist. Trist and Volibear, apparently? I mean, again, kind of the victory lap here. See if we can find anything. 0 Trists on the roll down. Oof. But again, I mean, we already hit Lee. By the way, you saw it here first. 4 cost 3-star easier than 3 cost 3-star. Nice balance, Rito. Will Lee Sin get anywhere close to dying? Probably not. Bonk. And is that 1 more? 2 more? Alright, might be last round. They're at 13 health, so this might be it. If we really want to seal the deal here because we found this Rakan and we're not going to be able to make it in time, we can just swap this in. That gives us 4 Dragon Lord. Change to Rakan. Really doesn't matter since they're itemless. And shall we finish this off? Oh, look. Look who shows up. 1 turn away. Oh, well. All right. Well, there you go. 6 Duelist, Artist into Lee Sin 3. Pretty good. So, despite all of Trist's flaws, she can still be powerful. Something weak lobby, I'm sure. But, you know, we did well. We did good. We got that Duelist Augment as well. And, oh, this might not be enough damage. Is it? No, it is. All right, there you go. All right, go watch my stream. I'm probably streaming right now. Otherwise, take it easy.